Balance Druid. Ah yes, the Balance Druid. Better known as the Nature Chicken or Moonkin, or as Boomy, a caster that turns into a big fluffy owl. These days even as a cool looking fire owl. These chicken forms got overhauled in Dragonflight, and rightfully so, as they were somewhat outdated. And then you have the iconic spell called Flap, that makes you flap your wings and you will see your happy feet lift off the ground. And you meet your flappy wings that finally work. Moon Chicken extraordinaire. And the funny thing is, you don't get born as a flying chicken. No, you need to get a tomb to teach you the spell. Now owl forms are more diverse than ever. My favorite one is this fire looking one, that you can still get from Dragonflight. Balance Druid is really unique. I know, I say that about all specs. Don't shoot me, Blizzard is really good at making spec flavors. And Balance, well, it's one of those specs that always feels a little ridiculous, but somehow in the best way possible. When I think Balance, I think of nature's angriest owl on steroids, with access to the galaxy's biggest light show. And if owls are really just not your thing, I mean, I wouldn't know why, but you can always go astral form, just by equipping the Glyph of the Stars. Balance Druid performance can swing like a cosmic pendulum, and right now, they're absolutely crushing it. But can it perform in your hands? Is it hard, or is it easy to play? That kinda depends, if I'm honest. Are you comfortable with changing your UI, with adding a few weak auras? Because even though it's not the hardest rotation, some would even go as far to say it's pretty easy, and I would agree. But in my honest opinion, you do have to make your eclipses visually better, as Blizzard does a crappy job of showing you this. Yes, it can be noticed. And yes, there will be players who will be able to pull it off with a retail UI. But with all the flashy spells going on, it does get lost on me at times. What eclipse am I in now? When do I start a new one? According to Icy Veins, Balance Druids are firmly S tier for Mythic Plus in Season 2. Thanks to their elite AoE damage, strong utility and top tier group value, recent tuning updates haven't budged them from that spot. They combine stellar multi-target destruction with key tools like Innovate, Crowd Control, a combat res, and off heals, making them not just a meta pick but consistent dungeon MVPs. Combat resing the tank when he pulled too big can be a dungeon lifesaver. So no, they're not just respectable, they're right at the top of the current meta, and they're fun to play. Balance Druid at its core is about cycling between solar and lunar eclipses, while flinging star surges, starfalls and dots at your enemies. It's a spec that rewards planning and pacing. So basically, the eclipse is a mechanic boosting your damage. Think of it like a warrior stance, but instead you proc it by casting certain spells twice in a row. Cast 2 wraps and you enter lunar eclipse for 15 seconds, which buffs your lunar strike damage. When that's over, you have to cast 2 lunar strikes to get into your solar eclipse for 15 seconds, which buffs your wrath damage, and so on. You just keep going back and forth between the two. Now thank the stars of Elune that making these mistakes is forgiving. But if you want to play optimal, a visual representation of what's happening will make your life much easier. When everything lines up, your cooldowns, eclipses and a pack of mobs, it's watching a celestial airstrike rain down on your screen. It's also one of the tankier range specs, with bear form, bark skin and strong mobility. A surprisingly resilient chicken. Hello lovely people, great to have you with me. It's always good to know you there and watching my videos. My name is Brink and welcome back to my channel. Before we get into this video, please let me ask you if you would support this channel in a practical sense and part with a bit of gold. Price of a cup of coffee. Sign up and you will join my Gnome Work support group and you gain access to some exclusive videos. Let's get back to the video. Its quirkiness might be the very reason some players are drawn to this spec, while for others, it's exactly what turns them away. You really have to look past your own judgment here and give this balanced chicken a chance. I know, it might look a bit silly with lasers and star explosions, but underneath all that, it's actually a pretty straightforward spec, and there's a lot of fun to be had with this spec. The rotation is predictable. You manage your eclipses, keep your dots up and press your spenders. Sounds simple enough, doesn't it? What makes it stand out isn't some over-the-top flashiness, it's the little things. It has combat res, off healing, roots and other tools most DPS specs don't get. It's flexible, reliable and it feels good to play when you want a DPS spec that can actually help out in a tough spot. I know plenty of druids that happily play Feral, Guardian or Resto but skip Balance. Probably because of its weird vibe, and honestly, that's fine. It's not for everyone. But if you like having solid damage, a clean rotation, flashy spells and a few extra buttons that can actually save your group, Balance Druid is worth a shot. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this range class summary, I've got some good news. I've got more coming your way. I'll be covering every range spec before the launch of Season 3, and hopefully, it'll help you decide what to main. Remember, it's not all about good numbers, it's also about good fun. So good luck out there in Season 3, may your crits be huge, and your raid wipes be someone else's fault. Catch you in the next one. Brink's out.